Namaste, Jai Bharat. Like Francis Bacon has already said, and Machiavelli also, that in the Western kind of relations, he didn't say the Western kind of relations, but he spoke about geopolitics as supporting lies and deceits. Machiavelli, their own theory, their own theoretician, their own thinkers. When they say something, it's from their experience of intense observation of things that's happening around. So lies and deceits, they're just common for the Western world. So Western relations are also based on lies and deceits. They also have this propaganda machinery to polish their deeds, which are not very fair, and projects themselves as many times custodians, many times authorities, many times helpers, many times as the welfare people, protected saviors, and all kinds of things. They also have the concept of Xavier with an X, which of course is savior. These are the kinds of drama which the Western world had been acting right after the World War. So it's not a World War, right after the European War. They prefer to call it as a World War, but then that's on the postulate that Europe is world, which still continues. And this, of course, is nothing less than any hegemony. That's domination of all kinds. And further, after dominating, you intellectually legitimize your kind of domination through many methods, which of course becomes ideology. So this of course is withering away. This of course is gradually withering away. Now there is a kind of understanding between Bharat, China, and Bharat and Russia. This understanding is on energy sector, nuclear sector, defense, etc. And obviously international relations is included. The world will have to address the energy crisis, whether the crisis is there or not. So this energy, then defense and the nuclear kind of things. Bharat has reached understanding with Russia. And you see, the relationship between Russia and Bharat is one that is time tested. What people don't have normally in the West is what we have between Russia and Bharat, that's trust. Many of them don't have that kind of this thing, trust. Perhaps that's not in their system. Trust and transparency, they appear polished, very polished. During my Air Force days, those days Mirage just newly came, and we were using mostly mix. Hunters were there, but mix that came. And some of the engineers were telling that the Mirage, on a comparison with the mix, so polished, so sophisticatedly built, whereas the mix was so rough and kind of crude, no show, no polished. The difference is there. European things are very polished and presented in wonderful packets. But one of the engineers who was just telling jokingly, you put the MiG engine in a bullock cart that can take off, but Mirage, you put a bike's engine, the airframe is so beautiful it can take off. We're just making kind of a joke. That's the kind of finishing and appearance. They're very conscious. You go to a house if someone, especially ladies, comes to the drawing room to meet you, she comes after dressing up. Just don't walk in as it is. It doesn't happen in Bharat. They don't show off. They don't go for that kind of finer appearance, etc. The point is that this had been the situation with the West and that is reflecting even in all kinds of relations. So there is this kind of transparency that we experience is rare, if not completely lacking, very rare. So this relation Bharat has with China, with Russia, with the intensity of which is increasing day by day, causes concern to the Western world, because after the European wars, the Western world somehow assumed supremacy, superiority, dominance, and they live as though this dominance is their birthright, which they always had right from beginning. But if you go a little more back in time, you will know this was really not the case. Most of the Western world were in dark life, very primitive, uncivilized. Then Bharat, in particular, was a hub of civilization, knowledge system, knowledge, and wealth. Go back to that period. Do not start off from the mechanical wars which you made, European wars, War 1 and War 2, First European War and Second European War. Don't count time from there. If you want to see time, just go back to the periods where you were not you living hunter-gatherers like barbarians. That time the kind of civilization existed in East, centering Bharat, obviously, which that time made us the Vishwaguru, which of course still shall be the case, and it's going more so towards future that shall be Vishwaguru again. So this relation causes worries for them. It's natural. Let them find out how to solve it. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.